Hi, I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies. Today's the first day of the National Indoor Championships. The National Indoor Championships for 2022 in Australia is held all over Australia in all different locations. I'm at Goolwa in South Australia, and this time I'm staying in a caravan park right next to the venue. The venue is 200 metres in that direction. Yeah, it's actually straight behind me. So the reason why I'm staying in the caravan park is to avoid the travel backwards and forwards, to see if I don't have to get up earlier, and just see if I feel fresher for the shoot. So I want to go through some of the things I'm doing for this nationals as far as living into this morning. So I've got up at 6:30. I've had vitamins and stuff to hopefully help my muscles. I'm going to work out on this band. This is a win band, so I'm going to try and loosen up my muscles. So what I've been finding, especially with the higher poundages, that my muscles are tight to start with, and it takes a while for my muscles to warm up. Now, when I was a junior in the junior teams and stuff, the coaches would get us to stretch out muscles and do windmills with our arms. I never understood what that was about, because I never hurt. These days, at the higher poundages, my muscles are all tight, and it hurts all through here. So I'm trying to get these all warmed up so I can get my arm in the right position, because at the moment I want my arm in that position. At the moment it all kind of hurts, so to speak. It's not like I've got knots in there, but it's just tight, so I've got to loosen it up before I start shooting. This is my plan for today, for these nationals. So in my past nationals, like shooting recurve, I shot compound in my past nationals, but in my past recurve nationals, I've had kind of medium success as far as, I'm shooting scores similar to what I shoot at home. This time I've been shooting about 280s at home, so that's what I hope to shoot at the championship. So it's harder. I'm going to say it's harder at a championship because you've got all the pressure you're going to put on yourself. It's harder at a championship because you've got lots of people there, lots of noises. It's sometimes hard to hear your clicker going off. It's cold, so hopefully it won't be so cold today. I'm again on my muscles. So if you can replicate what you do at home in your practice routine at a tournament, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that positive reinforcement that what you're doing at home, all the work you've put in leading up to the nationals, is basically paying off. Now in the shop, I have lots of customers who come in, and I've got lots of customers who shoot every day. So this week, on Friday, I had 2 customers coming in, and they shoot every day. And I'm like, are you shooting the nationals? And they're like, no, we only shoot at the club. I'm like, why aren't you shooting this event? You practice every day. And he's like, yeah, I shoot 130 arrows a day. I'm like, well, you should be shooting. You should be shooting, and that way you go, this year I shot this score at the nationals, and next year I'm going to try and beat it. It doesn't matter where you place. What you're trying to do is improve on what you did in the previous year and kind of learn from it. So this year, as opposed to what I did last year I drove down to the event. This year we're staying in a caravan 200 meters from the venue, so we're going to see if that helps. Last night I ate steak and salad, so hopefully it's putting lots of stuff into my muscles to make my muscles not fatigue. And we're going to warm up, and so we're going to use this and this to try and simulate the shooting, because I can't shoot here in the caravan park. I mean, I might be able to shoot over there in a vacant block of land if I brought a target, but I didn't. Now, I ate breakfast early, so I want everything to settle. So I don't want to have a sugar high leading into my first arrows. I want to be flat. When I say flat, I don't want to be like feeling dead. I want to be feeling good. So you don't want to have a full stomach. You don't want to have a sugar high from breakfast. You just want everything settled. So that's why, I'm up at 6:30, had breakfast. No, it's not the same breakfast as I normally have at home. Eggs and mushrooms this morning, but it's similar to what I have. So it's a similar routine than what I normally have. Now, just on all this preparing for a nationals, I had a young child who's an archer came in the shop, and he said, I want to beat you. And I was like, cool, you got to shoot 100 arrows a day. Anyway, he goes home and he starts practicing 100 arrows a day. That's what this is about. That's what archery is about. You put your time in, and you put lots of time in. So I'm shooting 3 hours a day every day after work in the cold. That's what this event's for. Don't go there and go put pressure on yourself. Don't go there and go, geez, I'm going to win this nationals, or don't go there and with expectations on yourself. Well, I mean, I could have expectations. Go there and do your best. Try and execute a good arrow. If you shoot a bad arrow, next arrow, try and execute a good arrow. Try and do the same form. Try and keep your form. Try and keep your aim that you do at home. And just, you've got to black out everything around you. Everything around you has got to be like it doesn't exist. It's got to be like it's at home. That's why you shoot at nationals. It's about putting that, seeing if you've got control of that stuff. And if you don't the first time, if the nerves are like, because everyone's going to be nervous and everyone's going to be shaking, your hand's going to be going like this, or at home it's dead steady. That's why you do this. You do this so you become steady, so you become familiar, so that way when you go to nationals, in fact, it's highly possible that you could shoot better at nationals than you shoot at home. And the reason is because there's timing there, there's more concentration, you're less distracted. At home I shoot 10 arrow ends. Here I'm shooting 3 arrow ends. I'm telling you, my first arrow is always a 10. So this is at home. My last arrows in the 10 arrow sets I shoot, I'm fatiguing more. So the scores then generally just sort of drop down in my 10 arrow sets. So I'm hoping that's going to sort of pay off. So again, and I'm going to say, like, people say, look, I'm not good enough to shoot at nationals. Look, the people I'm shooting with today, I'm shooting with Ryan from my shop. He shoots bare bow recurve, so a recurve bow like that, without the stabilizers, without the sights, without the clicker, and he's going to shoot a score similar to what I shoot. So I'm shooting with Ryan, I'm shooting with Annabelle. Annabelle's a young junior. She trains all the time, and just hats off to her. I think this might be her first nationals, might be her second. She's got a new bow. She's actually got my old bow, which is cool. She's got fancy stabilizers she just picked up this week, so I assume she'll be shooting those. But it's just like, she puts in lots of time. She's actually staying in this caravan park with her mum, and it's cool because it's like she puts in all the time, and here they are for a weekend coming down to do it. So hopefully she shoots well. And I'm shooting with another person I haven't met before, so she's a new archer. And then in the afternoon I'm shooting with people I'm also familiar with. Now, most people, when they go to a nationals, they will actually know the people. They will know them because they would have been shooting with them in the clubs, they would have shot other events with them, and that's why you do this. Become familiar. So this event's not like a nationals, it's like shooting with your best friends. People who shoot the ASA tournaments, the big stars you see, they're not going there and like, this is a big event for me. This is a thing they do all the time. The people they shoot with, they know all the time. They go out to dinner with, they're just mates. It's the same as you shooting your club venue. You've just got to step up to that level. So this is a step. Then the next step would be like on a world stage or shooting prize money shoots. So anyway, for me, it's just for all the work you put in during the year, it comes to this day. And like I said, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just hopefully it all pans off. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and you'll learn something from it. But hopefully it does, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, hopefully do some videos at the venue and seeing some people shoot.